The expressed views of the guests on this podcast are theirs alone and not necessarily endorsed by the host, TWBC, or any associated sponsor. Conversations that are robust yet balanced, on point and to the point. You are listening to the talk of tournament water skiing. This is the TWBC Podcast. And now, here's your host, Tony Lightfoot.
Well, greetings one and all, and welcome to this latest edition of the TWBC Podcast. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and glad to have the pleasure of your company. Well, we're in the month of December. It's the festive time of year, and around about the time that this podcast is recorded, it is a day after Thanksgiving. And I've just grabbed a smattering of friends of mine here to comment a little bit about what they've done this season and what they hope to do in the future, and try and free associate with the sport a little bit. So with that in mind, let me introduce to you. We have Canada's Nellie Allard. Say hello to the good folks.
Hi everyone.
Okay, we have from Ukraine. We have Damir Filaretov.
Hey guys, I'm here. Damir is here.
Damir is here. Yes, never fear. Damir is here. Yeah, that. Yeah, you should put that on a T-shirt. Seriously. But for the moment, he's wearing a polo shirt with ULM on it. But we'll forgive him for that. Anyway, we have Lucy Roberts, who is a member of that same team as well. Say hey to the good folks, Lucy.
Hey, good folks. So happy that Damir is
Oh,
here.
come on, be a little bit more infused and all the way from Australia here. Yes, indeed.
Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So smooth.
Oh.
Laura Butlin.
Laura Butlin, yes. Lara Butlin.
Tiny.
Laura, it's Lara, definitely. Is a skier from Norway who is also on Louisiana Monroe's team. It is Elise Roberts and Eline Vang, is that right?
I'm Alina.
Alina, or not Elisa. I keep mispronouncing your name, but you are from Norway, and all but one of these skiers whom we've mentioned represent Louisiana Monroe's team. The only one who's kind of out of the frame here, except for me, of course, because I'm an alum from Louisiana Lafayette. Lara Butlin, you're a skier for Louisiana Lafayette, so.
Yeah.
Yep, so we kind of get four against two here a little bit here in terms of representation with that. So, all right. So with the collegiate season over, Thanksgiving, all the celebrations and all of that going on. So, kind of, what do you have going on right now? I mean, because we're at the point in studies at a particular semester where you have to study and you've got exams coming up. Starting with you, Nellie.
Yeah, so there's a lot of studying going on, preparation for finals, and then I think everybody's going home and we're all excited, but it was a great semester overall.
And how do you feel the camaraderie was like within the team of the Warhawks, Louisiana Monroe?
This year, honestly, was, I believe, our best year ever. Our team dynamic was amazing. It was my last nationals, but also the best one, and we were all rooting for each other, and the dynamic was there, and the energy was there, and it was truly one of the best years I've ever had.
Now, what I neglected to mention is the fact that we're doing this podcast in the staff house at Bennett's Water Ski School, and I mention that now for good reason, because a good portion of the reason why that dynamic was the way that it was the installation on a temporary basis of Jay Bennett as the coach, and I know that you're nodding quite hard there in response to that, Lucy. So why not give us a little bit of an idea of what the situation was like, because y'all were expecting Martin Coleman to be the coach coming in, but because of an injury he sustained, I don't know, would you ever call it an injury? But he got something trapped in his leg, and it didn't, and it was pretty awful, and it precluded him from flying from his homeland of Czechia to the United States. So, but as I say, Lucy, kind of give us an idea of that.
Yeah, I mean, Jay was a game changer, to be honest. I think had more influence than he could probably know on our team. We were all pretty excited to have Martin, and we realised the most important thing for him was his recovery, and we're hoping that he'll be fit and ready to come next semester, but there's no one else that would have been better to replace him when he was unwell than Jay.
And your reaction as well, because I noticed that you were nodding your head a little bit, Elise. Alina. I'll get it right one of these days, but Alina.
It's all right, Tony. No, I'm just so grateful for all of Jay, like just everything he's been doing for our team has been such a big game changer for all of us. He's really pushed us and helped us this season, even though it was for a shorter period of time. It felt like it really made a huge difference for our whole team, and we got us as ready as we could before nationals, and I think we're all gonna be forever grateful for whatever Jay puts.
Now, for most of you sitting around the table here, Damir, you've did a little bit of skiing with Jay on this site right here, and Lucy and Alina as well. But Nellie, you've probably spent the least amount of time under Jay's coaching influence. So kind of what stood out for you in respect to that. As you're preparing for nationals and the tournaments of the fall season?
Yeah, so I was a little bit stressed, I can't lie, because it is the Jay Bennett, and he's one of the best coaches in the world, and I think it was great because he was able to adapt to every single skier and coach in different ways, and he quickly just learned what we needed and how to coach us. And that's one thing I personally struggle a little bit more with, is that I don't always understand what a certain coach means or how to put it into effects, but Jay really always takes the time to explain it very well, and he all took us under his wing, and truly, it's like if he just wanted us to do our best, and you could see he truly meant it, and he wanted to be there, and he was happy to be there, which pushed us all to be at our best and train every day as much as we can, and just be all about skiing right before nationals. And I really appreciate it, because even though, yes, I didn't spend as much time with everybody as with him, he still gave me just as much coaching and just pushed me to my hardest.
Okay, and so how did that work its way into your performances? Because you're primarily known as a jumper out of all three of the events. The one event that kind of stands out from your perspective, Nellie, is the jump event, and Jay is world famous jump coach. So you must have seen at least an uptick in consistency, if not an outright improvement, going into collegiate nationals, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I've been working very hard. In all three, of course, but especially jump, because it's what I love the most. And having Jay come and help us out, I knew that his specialty, not necessarily specialty, but he's very good at jumping, and he's also formed great jumpers before, and so I respected him a lot for that. And so we really worked on key points that I had to work on, that I have already been working on, but he just made it even more understandable, and that changed. Even in the 5 weeks, only 5 weeks he was there, my skiing changed like it never has before, and it improved to a point where I simply couldn't believe it, that even if it was a bad day or anything, I would go out and ski with him, and he would coach me, and I just couldn't believe the improvement, even not from only me, but for him also, and the way he shaped me as a skier only in those 5 short weeks.
Now, I turn my attention to you, Lara, because you're the one, aside from me, that is not part of the setup there for Louisiana Monroe. But Jay has kind of taken you a little bit under his wing so far as coaching is concerned. I noticed that you kind of nodded head in a little bit of agreement there with what Nellie just said there in agreement. So. Do you see some similarities with what he's done with your skiing? Bearing in mind, of course, that you're still trying to recover from an ACL injury, which you sustained at the University Worlds in New Zealand earlier on this year, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Jay is probably my biggest supporter. I started skiing with him in 2023, and like since then, like he's always been in my court, like always just wanting the best for me, always pushing me. I think I really needed that back in 2023, like someone to like push me to the next level, and he did exactly that. So I'm very jealous of Monroe having him as coach because like he's honestly amazing. And like I think my first year with him, like he got me jumping from the like 39 meters to like 45 meters in one season. Like he really, like not even just like distance, but just like as a skier, as a, like in a whole, like he's really like got my skiing better.
Do you feel confident enough to try and push those performances going into the next season, given what you're trying to push through right now, kind of?
Yeah, for sure. Like not even like with Jay, like yes, he knows a lot about skiing, but he knows a lot about like everything. Like he's been helping me with my knee so much, and he says he has a goal for me to be back by night gym. I don't know if that'll happen, but I mean he believes in me, and like, you know, that really helps like the mental part of the knee injury. So yeah, hopefully. Yeah,
because you and Night Jam have a rather complicated relationship. You know, you weren't able to ski in one of the previous ones. You're injured for for this past one.
Yeah, and then hopefully I'll be back for 2026, but we'll see.
Okay, and Damir, maybe you might be involved in Night Jam come next season. You're certainly one of the elite skiers in all of the world, and especially in the overall competition. You know, but jumping a bit of a challenge. Would you say when you compare it to the rest of your events in terms of getting to a certain point? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like comparing to open category where all the best jumpers in the world compete, I don't think I'm at that point yet where I can get in the finals for like open worlds or even a late night jump. But hopefully I'm getting there, and at some point I'll be there.
Excellent. We're definitely looking forward to that. Now, Lucy, as we continue to work our way into the various aspects of collegiate skiing, the term student athlete is an expression that's bandied around with any sport, collegiate skiing, soccer, football, what have you, know. And each of you, I mean, I've noticed you here the last couple of days, the day before Thanksgiving itself, and the day after. And, you know, not only have you taken some time to get out in the water, however frigid it is at this time of the year, but you've dedicated quite a bit of time to your studying to make sure that you get the right result. And that's replicated between all of you. But I'm going to start with Lucy first, you know. And how's that shaped what's going on right now?
I mean, first of all, the water's still quite warm. It's warm enough to skate.
It's certainly warmer than Hazelwood's or even Monroe at this point.
Yeah, definitely warmer than England, but probably the Bayou too. But I think it's about prioritising, especially at different points in the year. Before Nationals, it was more athlete-student than student-athlete, and I kept telling myself I would lock in on school after Nationals, and then after Nationals came and I had to buckle down a bit more. As you said, we have finals coming up next week, so it's more of a time to prioritise the academic side of it right now. For me, like, the motivation is just, I came because I wanted a degree and I wanted to ski, so I might as well try and get the best grades I can and the best skiing I can, and it's just putting effort in on both sides at different times at different points. Also, I'm trying to keep that honours scholarship, so that's extra motivation to study.
Indeed. I mean, you've been involved in collegiate skiing for a fair while. You know, I mean, you've two seasons, so you've gotten through your freshman year. You're about to complete your sophomore year.
Halfway through.
You're halfway through your sophomore year. A couple of skiers here are in their last seasons of collegiate skiing. So we'll ask them about how their experiences have been during their time here. But have you sought advice from anyone that has previously been involved in the ski team or what have you to try and get their feels and their advice as to how to get through a collegiate season studying that kind of stuff.
Have I?
Yeah. And actually, no. Let's.
Okay. So I didn't know a whole lot about collegiate skiing before I got to college. It was like all like kind of new to me. Like I got on the plane and I got out of the Monroe airport and it was just like boom.
That humidity difference must have been.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. It took some time to adjust to that for sure. No, and like you learn as you go, I guess. But I definitely got a lot of help or guidance from the older people on the team at that point when we were first freshmen. They really helped us out, and I don't know. It's weird now when.
Who did you seek the advice from the most?
So I got a lot of advice from Lara.
I was gonna say Lara.
Lara Trubskaya. She still helps me to this day. I gotta say, like I still go to her when I'm scheduling for classes. I'm like, Lara, please help.
Because you're studying in the same major, right?
No.
No?
She just knows a lot
Everything.
and everything, and she's just very good with scheduling and knowing, like, classes to take, and if it actually helps with your major, that you will know for sure that you're going to graduate, which is my biggest concern.
Yeah, because I mean, from my experience, I never really had that myself. I was kind of like alone in the corner somewhere, basically because my major was mass comm broadcast, and I was the only one in the team to actually have that. Everyone else had either had business majors or kinesiology or that kind of stuff, you know. And it took a while to get into the flow and to actually get into some kind of rhythm, you know, something as simple as maybe scheduling however many hours to take in a particular semester, you know, to work alongside your skiing. I mean some of that. From my perspective, is not knowing enough about the system. Some of it's cultural. And when it comes to maybe from a cultural perspective, I mean, I can look over towards Nellie here as maybe someone who can probably answer more questions in regards to that, because I mean, you're originally from Canada, specifically the province of Quebec, you know, and you probably knew about the system, but you probably had to find out through trial and error to get into it, right?
Yeah, so I was actually pretty lucky, and I've known about collegiate skiing pretty much my whole life, and it was always my dream, especially to go to Monroe, given that it has such a good history and winning streaks and everything. So I got very lucky knowing a little bit more what to expect than, let's say, Alina, who pretty much had no idea until she got here. And I was also very fortunate to have my cousin there, Dodo, for the first year. So she helped me out a lot about how to, like Alina said, schedule and deal with your time. So it's really all about balance and doing as much as you can as soon as you can. So skiing, but then if you have free time, do your homework. And I was very lucky, but it is very different than Canada, because school in Canada is much more intense, I would say, and harder. But I mean, it's still hard. We have different difficulties here in a sense of, or challenges, I should say, as to scheduling and having everything done on time.
And what about you, Damir? Because I mean, you come from an entirely different culture altogether. I mean, you're from Ukraine. I mean, first of all, how does someone from Ukraine know about the University of Louisiana Monroe, for starters, and their program for second, enough to say, you know what, I'm going to leave Ukraine, I'm going to leave Dnipro and do my skiing here in Monroe?
Well, for me it was pretty easy, because three of my very close friends and basically people I grew up with and was skiing for my whole life, I went to ULM. It was Danilo Filchenko, a very good overall skier, alumni already.
Still is.
Yeah. The Stasia and Lira. No, not Lara. Sonia. Sorry.
Sonia Maximenko.
Yeah, Sonia Maximenko and Stasia Prosvetova. So I knew them for a very long time and basically know them since 6 years old. And kind of they, I would say, made a decision for me where to go. If they went to another college, I would think I would just follow them just because I knew that would help me. They already kind of figure out how everything works. So when I came to college, it was pretty easy for me. I'm really grateful for all the help they provided to me. And yeah, so for me, it was kind of a decision just because of those people who I knew for basically my whole life.
So what was the cultural shift like? I mean, because you probably still get strange looks, and whenever they hear you speak, and wonder where you're from, and they probably even more shocked to know that you're from Ukraine,
Yeah,
given what's going on right now.
That's true, but at the same time, like in ULM, we have people from 44 different countries, so it's not like you can impress somebody here a lot that you're a foreigner. But of course, when I say that I'm from Ukraine, usually people like getting surprised, like that's a long way from Europe. They ask how everything is going back home. But like the biggest difference in the culture here and back home, especially like in education, that it's more freedom. I was really, really surprised and impressed with the fact that you can choose your own classes, you can choose your own professors, you can choose your
you can do
class.
that in Ukraine?
Yeah, we can't. For us, it's basically like they give you a schedule, they give you professors, they give you a class, like everything is decided for you and you just gotta follow it. So I was really impressed with that, and I'm really happy with this system just because it gives me more free time. It gives me time to ski, and I really like this system here. Okay,
Lucy, I mean, you were nodding your head a little bit there when we started talking about structure, about certain professors. You have to take certain classes with certain professors, certain time, all that kind of stuff. You actually went to college originally at the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom.
I actually remember that, yeah. Exeter.
Yeah. And similar deal there?
Massively different to here. Probably more similar to what Damir was saying, in the sense that there's a much wider variety here of the type of class that you take. Like, yes, you have your major, but you've got a wide range of electives, especially my major is quite a flexible one. Whereas in England, you narrow down much earlier on. So we sit GCSEs when we're 16, where we do 9 or 10 subjects, and then from the age of 16 to 18, you do 3 subjects, and then at university, you just do 1. So to go from just studying one type of class to then a massive shift to all of a sudden I'm doing chemistry again, it's a bit of a shock to the system, but a bit more variety is quite nice, so that is one aspect of it I really enjoy.
And what was it like for you, Lara, as well? Because between Australia and the United States or anywhere else in the world, it's kind of, when you're in high school, it would the summer break was during the winter, our winter, so I'm guessing the first shock to the system was having to adapt to the fact that you kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of nice. I follow the summer everywhere. I'm going home for Christmas now and it's getting cold here, but then going home for the summer again. So it's nice following the sun all year round. But no, I never went to uni at home. I just came straight here, but I would say it's pretty similar to the American system. I don't think it'd be overly different. Like, I know when I finish with my nursing degree, hopefully I go home and I can work as a nurse. So it kind of like follows through.
Okay, and we'll go around the table in a moment and ask people what their majors were. Now, Alina, you were bred in the rough and tough of Norway. I mean, come on. I mean, even during the middle of the summer, the water is still a little bit too chilly for most people to even contemplate putting on a pair of jumpers or a slalom ski out there. But how was your adaptation between Norway and the United States in terms of skiing, at least the collegiate seasons?
So for the skiing part, I was just so happy to be able to ski every day, because that's nothing I've experienced before. Like I've been trying to, but it's hard because you got to follow the weather and travel wherever there's people to ski with, or if the ski clubs are open, because there's some regulations between when it can open and stuff. So I'm just so lucky and grateful that I'm able to ski every day, and I'm able to ski with a big group of friends, and it's just so nice.
So the environmental freedoms, you know, I would imagine would have been a little bit surprising here in the United States, considering what you're used to in Scandinavia, right?
Absolutely, and I'm very pleased with the fact that I'm able to ski in warm water for the most of the time. That's very nice, but I do have gone a bit soft though, I gotta say. Like I would put on a Camaro even though it's not too cold for it yet. Like I think I'm losing my, what do you say?
Character.
My Norwegian
Your tolerance.
character, my Norwegian tolerance. I think I got a bit Americanized that way, but I don't mind it. I'm a sun skier now, and that's fine.
Weekend warrior.
Now I'm sure that one person who is not particularly shocked about your adaptation between Norway and skiing in the United States is in fact your mum, who competed internationally for Norway as you do now. You skied in the European Championships. What was it, this past August or something like that? You know. So I mean, how has she kind of taken the whole notion of you being far away from home and skiing in somewhere like Monroe?
Oh no, she's very happy that I'm here. She knows how much I love it, and she's been telling me on several occasions that I'm so happy that you decided to go there, and that how much
She just wanted you out of the
she's
house.
so jealous. She's so jealous, in a good way, because she loves skiing, even to this day. There's nothing else she loves more than skiing, and I'm glad we're able to share that same passion. And
all right, now's the time that we go around the table to find out which majors go to who. So, Nellie?
I'm studying psychology.
Psychology. I kind of get that vibe from you.
Oh no!
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
You're like peering into the soul of everyone's mind.
I do love to observe people, I would say, and
Damir?
I'm studying computer science.
Yeah, I get that vibe too. All right, what about you, Luz?
Without peering into the souls of everyone's minds, I'm a psychology major and a criminal justice minor.
Oh, criminal justice, huh? There you go. There's a bit of Sherlock Holmes vibe going on there. What about you, Miss Lara?
I'm a nursing major.
And Lena?
I'm a management major.
A management major. Okay, so whenever you know about each other's majors, which one out of y'all's majors is probably the most surprising that you've kind of selected? You know, like what about you out of everyone that's on the table? Which major has surprised you the most?
I would say nursing, because I'm always extremely impressed with skiers that do nursing, because nursing has to be one of the hardest majors you can do, and it takes up a lot of your time. And yeah, I'm just impressed. Respect.
Damir, any surprises among those around the table?
Same answer. Nursing, but just literally
like
3 hours ago I told Lara that you don't look like a person who would connect your whole life with nursing.
I disagree.
I don't know why. I know
See,
Lara
I'm
for
gonna-
some time and he just doesn't give me vibes of a person who would do nursing. It's just a feeling. I cannot really explain why.
Maybe in secret she wants to be a veterinary nurse. I don't know. Who knows?
I think I'm just going to prove everyone wrong, because I get that a lot. Like, everyone's surprised that I'm doing nursing, so...
I would take offence to that if
Yeah,
I was you.
I know.
Yeah, I'd take offence to
But
that.
you just wait 4 years? No, 3 years? I don't even know anymore.
be
But
confirmed.
soon I will be a nurse.
There you go.
Yeah.
Lara's prepared to shock the world. What
Yes.
about you, Lucy?
What surprises me?
Yeah,
Out of
which of
5
these majors has kind of surprised you?
I'm surprised I'm doing psychology. I'm surprised. I quite like science, so I just keep trying to take science electives.
Yeah, a little introspective. It doesn't do anyone any harm, I guess. But what about you, Miss Lara?
No, honestly, probably mine as well. And I remember the first time I told Jay that I was doing nursing, he gave me the biggest like shake of his head ever. He was like, uh-oh. But no, I don't know, probably, I think everyone kind of suits their majors, to be fair.
Yeah, me especially. And what about you, Miss Eline?
I don't know. Probably nursing, but I also like respect you so much for doing it.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And
I get through it.
And I'm sure you'll be a great nurse.
Indeed. So as we continue to go around the table, I've just looked over my shoulder here, and Jay has stumbled in to the podcast where we're about 30 minutes deep here, and as a matter of fact, why don't we end off part one of this podcast, and we'll go on to part two in the next few minutes. But for you folks that are listening to the podcast, it'll be published within the next few days. And until that time, we'll wait on part two of the podcast, and we'll say ciao for now.
Can we all say ciao for now?
Podcast. Be sure to check out our website at waterskibroadcasting.com. Links to our presence on major social media platforms can be found there, as well as updates to our webcast and this podcast. Duplication or rebroadcasting of this broadcast without written consent of TWBC is prohibited. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform, and be sure to join us next time for the next edition of the TWBC Podcast.